Ladies and gentlemen, we talked deeply in a recent podcast about the importance in Luke and Laura's wedding at General Hospital. But the question is, what happened after the wedding? Well, we're going to go over this. And when it was conceived, it worked and didn't work at the same time. Now, they were married on the show on November 1781 at a lavish ceremony officiated by the mayor of Port Charles, with hundreds of residents from Port Charles and Beatrice Corners in attendance. Bobby and Laura are able to come to an easy truce, since they both love Luke. However, Mikos' widow, Helena Cassadine, then portrayed by Academy Award-winning actress Elizabeth Taylor, arrives. Mikos, of course, was killed by Luke in the Ice Princess saga. She secretly places a curse on the couple during the reception, as she blames the duo for their husband's death. Later, Scott arrives. After catching Laura's bouquet, he declares he is contesting his divorce. As that occurred at Luke's aborted wedding to Jennifer, the men begin to fight, but this time, Luke is the victor. Scotty is eventually able to be talked out of contesting his divorce. In 82, Laura mysteriously disappears off of a pier in Port Charles and is presumed dead. Jackie Templeton, played by Demi Moore, reveals her sister Laura Templeton, played by Janine Turner, disappeared under similar circumstances. The two friends discover a thief named David Gray was behind the disappearances. While Laura Templeton was not harmed, Gray revealed he had killed Laura Spencer, leading Luke to kill him during a fight. Luke, though still uncertain about his wife's ultimate fate, begins an affair with scam artist Holly Sutton, played by the great Emma Samms. Their affair is cut short when Luke is presumed dead in an avalanche. Holly falls in love with Robert in the meantime, despite Luke revealing he's alive. In 83, after he returns, an increasingly lonely Luke, who also finds out that Holly is running around on him with Robert, decides to run for mayor of Port Charles and wins the vote. While celebrating his victory, Laura Spencer reveals she's alive and she had been kidnapped by the Cassadine family. Luke shows up in the mayor's dwelling, sees her in the far away, calls out to her. She returns the embrace, and Luke is basically beside himself with questioning and love at the same time. Now, Mikos' cousin later retconned his eldest son, Stavros. Then John Martinzuzzi has spared her life since she had fallen in love with her. He forced her to marry him, though the marriage was invalid because she was already married to Luke. Stavros came to town to claim his wife, but was killed after falling down a flight of stairs after a struggle with Luke. The couple attempted to settle into their roles in politics, but found the role stifling and decided to leave Port Charles in order to see the world. Of course, Laura had an illegitimate baby, but that's another story altogether. In 84, Robert helped Luke when he was accused of murder in Mexico so that Luke would be free to be with Laura. When Luke was finally cleared, he returned to Laura, who announced the joyous news that she was pregnant. The Spencers immediately shared their lives with their friends. With the revelation, Luke and Laura made what seemingly would be the last appearance on GH. In the following years, passing references to the couple would be made by several characters. Later that year, Laura's mother Leslie appears to die in a car accident, later revealed to be arranged by the Cassadine family. Now, the son in question ended up being Lucas Lorenzo Spencer Jr. or Lucky, but there's a lot of plot machinations I haven't gotten into. So basically, how it worked, they were going to make Demi Moore and Janine Turner kind of the new paramours for either Robert or Luke. Didn't really work out. Demi Moore at the time was before the Brat Pack years. But it was a very interesting plot because Jeannie Francis had already announced, not publicly though, that she was leaving after the wedding, and her contract, I think, wrapped up in early 82. But, the illegitimate baby over the years of different plots, pretty weird because she wasn't gone that long, so you have to think if she was raped 9 months and still sometime in the math is very close, doesn't really make sense. So if you can understand that, you're better than me. And they brought Jeannie and Luke back, Jean Francis and Tony Geary back to help the ratings. And the ratings were solid, GH in the late 80s, maybe projected ratings we're talking about. So that's a little bit of information of what happened after Luke and Laura got married. If you like what we're doing here with our GH podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.